All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to talk about a really interesting type of crypto, one that promises to pay you just for holding it in your wallet. No complicated stuff, just rewards. And we're going to use a token called Baby BNB to see how this all works and if that promise actually holds up.
I mean, just think about that for a second. What if you didn't have to do any complex staking or yield farming? You just buy a token, hold it, and watch the rewards roll in. It's a super powerful idea, and it's why these new kinds of cryptocurrencies are getting a ton of attention right now.
So let's start at the beginning. What exactly is this whole idea of a reward token? And, what makes them different from the thousands of other coins already out there?
Okay, so at its heart, Baby BNB is a token that lives on the Binance Smart Chain. But here's its defining feature, its whole reason for existing. It's designed to automatically reward everyone who holds it with a different, more established crypto, in this case, Binance Coin, or BNB.
A mini BNB generator. Honestly, that's the perfect way to picture it. Imagine every single trade happening on the network is like a tiny turn of a crank, and that crank is powering a generator that sends a steady little stream of BNB right into your wallet. Pretty cool, right?
That generator idea is a great way to start. But how does it actually work? What's going on under the hood? Let's break it down the mechanics, piece by piece. And that's the real question, isn't it? How can someone else buying or selling a token somehow result in you getting paid? Well, the answer is in this really clever, automated system that people call a reflection mechanism. And here it is, the whole cycle laid out. It all kicks off when someone makes a trade. A small fee gets automatically taken from that transaction. Then a piece of that fee is instantly swapped for BNB and sent out to all the holders. The rest of it? That goes back into the project to keep things running for stuff like marketing and liquidity. It's a completely self-sustaining loop, all powered by the community's own trading activity. And here's the absolute best part, the real selling point. It's simplicity. There are no extra steps. You don't have to go to some website, connect your wallet, and smash a claim button every day. The BNB rewards just show up. This totally hands-off approach is a huge piece of its appeal, especially if you're kind of new to crypto. But of course, this is crypto we're talking about, so there's always another side to the story. It's not all just passive income and easy rewards. So now let's get real and take a balanced look at the hype, the potential, and the very real risks you absolutely have to know about. The appeal is just undeniable. I mean, you get automatic rewards. The transactions are super fast and cheap because it's on the Binance Smart Chain. And there's this massive focus on the community, since their activity is what literally fuels the entire system. The whole thing is packaged to be as easy and accessible as possible. And this slide right here is so important because it shows you the direct trade-off. The very things that make it so appealing are also its biggest risks. That reliance on community growth, that creates hype, which leads to crazy price volatility. The rewards are great, but they depend entirely on trading volume. If people stop trading, the rewards dry up. It's a really delicate balance. And this really is the golden rule, isn't it? It doesn't matter how simple or brilliant a project sounds, crypto is just inherently risky and unpredictable. Look, this isn't financial advice, but it's the one thing you have to burn into your brain. Only invest what you are truly okay with losing. Okay, so with all that important context in mind, let's zoom out a bit. Is Baby BNB just some one-off project, a flash in the pan, or does it actually represent something bigger that's happening across the entire crypto space? And a huge part of this trend is that accessibility. The way you get these tokens usually involves pretty standard tools, like setting up a wallet and using a decentralized exchange. For anyone who's dabbled in DeFi, these steps are second nature, which just reinforces that goal of having a super low barrier to entry. And this is where we start to see the bigger picture. Baby BNB is part of this growing movement built on a really simple but powerful idea. Transaction fees shouldn't just go to some central company. They should go back to the community that's actually creating the value. It's a pretty radical model of community ownership. What's really fascinating is how these simple projects can actually be powerful learning tools. Just by holding a token like this, a beginner gets a hands-on lesson in some pretty complex topics. You can literally watch tokenomics in action, experience a reward system firsthand, and see with your own eyes how community hype can directly pump up a project's value. So, in the end, we're left with this huge question. Is this direct reward model a sustainable new future for crypto investing?
Or is it just a clever gimmick that can't really survive without constant hype and new buyers? The answer to that is probably going to tell us a lot about whether the goal is to build something with lasting value or just to create the next wave of excitement.